The universe is silent. There is no sound to be heard in the cold vacuum of space. There is no air to carry sound waves or even a medium for them to travel through. Even if there were, nothing in space is alive enough to make a sound. So if you could hear anything, you would hear nothing at all. In fact, even getting out of Earth's atmosphere is impossible. No ship or vehicle could ever get off the ground. You would need a giant rocket fueled by something powerful enough to escape Earth's gravitational pull. If you were to get past that, you wouldn't be able to see anything because there is no light in space. If you manage to get to the Kármán line, which is around 100 kilometers above Earth's surface, then congratulations, you are officially in outer space. The air gets thinner and thinner the higher up you go. And when you finally reach the Kármán line, there is absolutely no air at all. The molecules of air are so far apart at this height that they are practically non-existent. You might think that this would make space feel empty, but actually, that's not the case. That's because space is full of things that you can't see. The first thing that you should know about space is that it is not a vacuum. It's actually a near-perfect vacuum, but there are still a few stray atoms floating around. In addition, there is cosmic dust, magnetic fields, gas clouds, and invisible radiation everywhere. In other words, space may not be empty, but it is also not exactly crowded either. If you want to experience this for yourself, you can do so from the comfort of your own home. If you live in the northern hemisphere and the night sky is clear, you can look up at the sky around 9 p.m. tonight and see the Milky Way galaxy stretching across the horizon like a river of stars. The Milky Way is our galaxy, and it is made up of over 100 billion stars. You might be able to spot a few shooting stars streaking across the sky. These are pieces of debris burning up in Earth's atmosphere. But the rest of the sky will be filled with a dim, hazy glow, which is the light of millions of stars reflected in Earth's atmosphere. But if you want to really appreciate the beauty of space, you need to get out of Earth's atmosphere and see it for yourself. When you are in orbit around Earth, you can see the curve of our planet against the backdrop of space. It looks like a blue marble suspended in a sea of black. You can also see the stars during the day, and they are just as bright as they are at night. In fact, you can even see the aurora borealis and the aurora australis from orbit, which are beautiful displays of light in the Earth's upper atmosphere. If you're lucky, you might even be able to see a meteor shower, which happens when the Earth passes through a path of debris left behind by a comet. These pieces of debris burn up in Earth's atmosphere and leave behind beautiful streaks of light. Another thing that you should know about space is that it is extreme. On the sunlit side of an object, the heat can rise to blistering levels, while in the shadow, temperatures can plunge to hundreds of degrees below freezing. This means that if you want to explore space, you need to be prepared for anything. Your spaceship will need to be able to withstand extreme temperatures and radiation, as well as the vacuum of space itself. Luckily, humans have been exploring space for over 60 years now, and we've learned a lot about how to survive in this extreme environment. We've sent astronauts to the moon and rovers to Mars, and they've all come back safely. The key is to be prepared. If you want to explore space, you need to be aware of the dangers that it holds, but also of its beauty. Space is truly a sight to behold. If you could see it, you would see that it is filled with wonders beyond your wildest imagination. You would see planets and stars and moons and comets and galaxies that spin in cosmic harmony. You would see wonders like the Great Rift Valley in space, which is a huge rift in the fabric of space-time that stretches for over 100 million light-years. Or the pillars of creation, which are huge pillars of dust and gas that tower over 600 million miles high. These are just a few of the wonders that await you in space. You would also see danger in space. You would see black holes, which are regions in space where gravity is so strong that not even light can escape their grasp. Black holes are one of the most mysterious and feared phenomena in the universe. They are incredibly dense and massive, and their gravity is so strong that nothing can escape their grasp, not even light. This means that if you were to venture too close to a black hole, you would be pulled in and crushed to death. Despite the danger, though, black holes are also one of the most fascinating things in the universe. They are incredibly powerful and mysterious, and scientists are still trying to learn more about them. Now, if you could see space, you wouldn't just see what is in front of you. You would also see what is behind you, and that's where the real beauty of space lies. If you turn your back on the wonders of the universe and look up, you would see the Milky Way galaxy stretching across the night sky like a river of stars. You would see the stars in all their glory, and you would realize that you are just a small part of something much bigger than yourself. And finally, if you could see space, you would see yourself. You would see your place in the universe, and you would see how small you really are. You would see that the Earth is just a small blue dot floating in the vastness of space, and that humanity is just a small part of the universe. But you would also see that we are capable of some truly amazing things. You would see the space rockets and satellites that we have launched and the footprints that humans have left on the moon. You would see that we are capable of exploring the unknown and pushing the boundaries of what is possible. So if you could see space, what would you see? Would you be inspired or would you be scared? Would you see the beauty of the universe or the danger that lies within? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Now let's talk about the fact that our universe is moving. All of the galaxies are drifting apart from each other, and everything is moving away from everything else. The universe is expanding. It's like if you take a balloon and draw lines between the dots on it. As you blow up the balloon, the lines will stretch. That's exactly what's happening to the universe. And it's been doing this since the Big Bang. After the Big Bang, everything was very hot and dense. But as the universe expanded, everything cooled down. As it continued to expand, matter started to form and clump together, eventually forming stars and galaxies. And it all happened over a span of about 13.8 billion years. But the expansion of the universe isn't slowing down. In fact, it's speeding up. That means that the galaxies are moving away from each other faster and faster. And it's not just the galaxies that are moving, everything is moving. Stars are moving around in their galaxies. Galaxies are moving within clusters and superclusters. And all of this motion adds up to a universe that is constantly changing. If you want to see the effects of the expansion of the universe for yourself, you can do so from the comfort of your own home. Just look up at the night sky and find a star that doesn't twinkle. Stars twinkle because of the atmosphere of Earth, but some stars appear to be perfectly still. These are what we call quasars, and they are actually supermassive black holes at the centers of distant galaxies. Quasars are so bright that they outshine entire galaxies, and because they are so far away, they appear to be stationary. But if you watch them carefully, you will see that they are actually moving away from us. The light from quasars is so faint that it takes millions of years to reach Earth. This means that when we look at a quasar, we are seeing it as it was millions of years ago. And because the universe is expanding, the light from quasars is being stretched, which makes them appear redder. This is known as redshift, and it is a direct result of the expansion of the universe. The more distant a quasar is, the faster it is receding from us and the greater the redshift. By measuring the redshift of quasars, astronomers can determine how fast the universe is expanding. So if you could see space, you would see that it is not static, it is a dynamic and ever-changing place. You would see that the universe is expanding and that everything is moving away from everything else. You would see that the universe is a place of wonder and beauty, but also of danger and mystery. But despite all this, humans have explored space and continue to do so today. We have sent probes to every planet in the solar system, and we have landed rovers on Mars and Titan. We have sent astronauts to the moon. And we are planning to send them to Mars. We are a species that is driven to explore and discover, and space is the ultimate frontier. There is so much out there that we do not know, and so much that we want to understand. And thanks to our curiosity and our ingenuity, we will continue to explore space for generations to come.